Welcome to the City of Manistee Historic District Commission meeting. Today is Wednesday, January 28th, 2026. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Jackie, will you please do roll call?
Commissioner LaFave?
Here.
Commissioner Lorraine?
Here.
Chairperson Kenny?
Here.
And Vice Chair Quinn?
Here.
All right.
Okay, at this time, I'm going to hand the meeting over to Jerry for the 2026 election of officers.
All right, time to choose a new chair. So at this time, we take nominations or a motion to, let's do nominations to appoint a chair, and then we'll do a motion after the nomination. So do I hear any nominations for the chair?
I would make a motion to nominate Catherine Kinney for chair.
Got a motion to make Catherine Kinney's chair. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
I'd third it.
We got a second and a third. Second by Chad. All right,
I'm supposed to accept the nomination.
wonderful. We got a motion, a second, and an acceptance from Catherine Kinney to be chair. Any discussion? Hearing none, we're going to do a roll call, I suppose. Let's do a roll call. Go ahead.
Commissioner LaFave?
Yes.
Commissioner Lorraine?
Yes. Yes.
Chair Kenny?
Yes.
And Vice Chair Quinn?
Yes.
Okay, at this time, we now have a board chair that has her telephone on.
On the phone.
That was supposed to be on silent.
That's okay. I'll turn it back over to you now. You can legally run the meeting.
Oh, okay. So we need a motion for a vice chair, correct?
Yep.
So I would like to nominate Angie Quinn for the vice chair.
I would second that.
Scott Lorraine, second that. Any discussion?
I would accept the nomination.
Oh, thank you.
You're out of the loop now.
Any more discussion? A roll call vote, please, Jackie?
Okay. Commissioner LaFave?
Yes.
Commissioner Lorraine?
Yes.
Chair Kenny?
Yes.
And Vice Chair Quinn?
Yes.
Thank you. And do we need a secretary, a recording secretary?
Correct, yep.
Okay.
Need a motion to appoint a recording secretary.
And I make a motion to appoint Jackie, what's your last name, Jackie?
Van Allen?
Van Allen.
Second?
Any discussion?
I accept.
I was going to say, she said she doesn't accept.
Jackie, will you take the roll call vote?
Commissioner LaFave?
Yes.
Commissioner Lorraine?
Yes.
Chair Kenny?
Yes.
And Vice Chair Quinn?
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you. Are there any other officers or any other elections we
No
need
other
to?
business.
All right.
Good to go.
Moving on to business. I have on the agenda the approval of the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda.
I
Support?
second.
Chad supported. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Great. Conflict of interest. At this time, the chair will ask if there are any members with a conflict of interest on the approved agenda. Hearing none, we'll move on to the approval of the minutes. At this time, the Historic District Commission can take action to approve the minutes of the previous meeting on October 22nd, 2025. Have you all had a chance to look over the minutes?
I would make a motion to accept the minutes or approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
Angie, thank you. Is there support?
Well, that was last year.
Yes.
But yes, I'll make a motion.
You'll support
Or
the
support it,
Angie's
whatever.
motion? Wonderful. Any more discussion? Will you take a roll call vote, please, Jackie?
Okay, Commissioner LaFave,
Yes.
Commissioner Lorraine,
Yes.
Chair Kenny,
Yes.
and Vice Chair Quinn.
Yes.
Thank you. Public comment on agenda-related items. At this time, the chair will ask if there are any public comments. Hearing none, we'll move on to new business. And the first order of new business is 385 River Street. Lauren Carlson with the Piping Clover. Lauren, would you like to share a little bit of information with us about your?
Yes, please.
Come on up.
So I am bringing a request for a certificate of appropriateness for restoring the facade at 385 River Street. If you look at it now, I think this is included in your packet. You can see there's a picture. There's like a big hooded structure that was added to the building, I think sometime in the 60s and 70s is the best we could discern with the mark from the museum. So if I have a kind of a picture. This is like what's on here right now. This is the iron addition, yeah, in question. And so what I'm looking for a certificate of appropriateness is to take that off and restore it to the original, like Victorian looking facade, which would be like this with the transom window. And then I think here's a picture of like what it looked like before.
When it was Billy's?
Yeah, it was Billy's Men and Billy's Clothing. And I think that would be it. It's pretty straightforward. Wouldn't be too much other changes. I guess the one other part is there is a faux brick. Let's see, there's a little, you guys have that helpful appendix of all the vocabulary. Right there at the bottom, there's like a faux brick, so we would take that off and then restore it to what's appropriate with the historic district's suggestions. And I think, yeah, that's it. Any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Any discussion from the commissioners?
I'd like to say that this is one of the best put-together applications that I have seen in the time that I have been on this commission. The illustrations are clear. We know exactly what you're asking for, so thank you.
Oh, yeah, thank you. And now the next step is hopefully my contractor won't get backed up, so fingers crossed on that one. But yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we put some time into preparing and making sure we looked at what the building was like in the past and would love to restore it. It's right next to the Vogue, and I think CDI is right next to us too, so that will really give that section of the street a nice, consistent look.
Did I see in your coverage that you're not quite sure what the tile condition is?
Yeah, we don't know what is behind that, so
That's
what
exciting.
we do know that the glass is intact, so we did go, kind of hard to explain, there's like a little, if you go into the building, you can get to where the transom windows are, and we cut out from the back, so we can see that the glass is still in there. So the best case scenario would be that glass is intact and we can keep it. The worst case, obviously you can see that we don't know what's under that. Who knows? I'm afraid we're gonna find like
It'll be great.
squirrel bodies or some strange things in there. But the best case scenario would be that the glass is intact, and we want to do everything that we can to keep that original glass. Worst case would be that it's cracked or if it's not able to be salvaged, and then we want to, I was talking to the architect, they make sort of, well, there's Ed, he's making.
I was going to say, is that Ed right there?
What is she taking a picture of? Yeah, we would try to get reproduction of those little, that beaded glass that has the little squares. And so we get a grant from the city right now, so hopefully with that, we'll be able to keep it as historically, I would love for that, we'll keep our fingers crossed that that glass is intact. And by
It will, yeah, good luck, guys.
I hope it's intact and it's
Yeah.
not broken.
Yeah. So we don't-
However, if it is broken, what do you plan to replace it with?
So we would do something that is like, it would be similar glass like in the architect's rendering.
Okay.
So it wouldn't be like, obviously it would be new construction, but it would be, it's created to look like
There'd
that
still
old.
be
right?
some other reflective tile or something?
Yes,
looks
yeah,
like in that?
it would still, our intention is to do something with like the little etched squares. So it still has that feel of that original Victorian beaded glass. I don't know what the exact term for it is.
But they're not tile, I don't think.
Well, I look from the picture, the
It looks like
replacing
tile in
tile
the picture, but I
glass.
think it's window.
Yeah, it would be
Right.
glass, yeah,
Yeah.
window pane,
Glass.
transparent.
It-
Transparent, but like, basically made to look like it was
Sure.
the Victorian.
Beautifully done. I think it's historically accurate as much as you could possibly be. So thank you for that. I love the removal of the brick facade along the bottom and the replacement with the historically appropriate wood.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Any other discussion? Chad, do you have any questions? I would entertain a motion to accept the certificate of appropriateness as presented.
I'd second it.
Did you?
I guess that was a motion,
Okay.
because Scott just seconded it.
Okay.
All right? Any more discussion? Jackie, will you please do a roll call vote?
Commissioner LaFave,
Yes.
Commissioner Lorraine,
Yes.
Chair Kenny,
Yes.
and Vice Chair Quinn.
Yes.
Motion passed. So I believe your next step is to get with Jerry at the city office and
Gonna get a building permit. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exciting.
Good luck.
Keep pushing the ball forward. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. Okay, next on the agenda is 399 River Street, which is the Ramsdale Inn. Hi, Lindsay.
Mine's not as exciting. That was really nice. It's just masonry work.
But very important.
Yeah, but very important, yes. So the building is in some brickwork, mostly tuck pointing, but there is an area of concern that was brought to our attention by the contractor. And it's in these pictures right here, on the northeast of the building, all the way to the top, of course. There's a section here, you can see it in the pictures, that is actually pulling away from the building. And his best solution to just kind of keep with the historical nature of the building is to remove it and re-anchor it. He said they have a new anchoring system that they use, they've done it before, and then just to reattach it. But it needs to be addressed sooner than later, especially with the winter we've been having. That is the main area of concern. Other than that, it's just tuck pointing brickwork. Keeping all with the, rich same color, all that stuff.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions for Lindsay?
Yeah, just a few. So I know you're going to take down that beautiful carved piece to do this. Do you know how much brick they're going to do? Like, is it going to be 2 foot by 2 foot, or?
I'm not sure. I mean, it's kind of, once he gets in there to see, but his plan is to keep that intact as much as he can.
Okay.
Because he's not sure if he is going to be able to match that, and it would be extremely expensive to replicate.
Yeah.
So his plan is to salvage that as much as he can.
Okay.
'Cause-
And then tuck pointing doesn't usually include changing out any bricks, so we're assuming that's not going to happen.
Nope.
So I know the application said that basically it's going to be tie-ins, basically, and I just had to
Yes.
do the same thing with a commercial building, so.
Okay.
So sometimes when it's just a plain piece of, section of brick, they actually leave something at the front that you can adjust. is
Oh.
like a buckle. My
Okay.
guess is they're probably not gonna do it on this, because there's that big, beautiful
Yeah.
piece of carved in front of it. So, so I'm just, if you don't know, that's fine. I
He
was
didn't
just
mention
curious.
anything about that.
Okay.
It was just simply taking that down, cleaning it up, and then
Putting it back
re-anchoring it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then finally, the photographs show that the mortar on the building is like this wonderful, deep, rich red brick that matches the bricks. But you can see there's section on these
Yes.
photos that are not.
Yes.
So the Secretary of the Interior standards are to match the mortar color. So
Yes.
I guess as long as it's not white. This
Yes, we
looks-
talked. Yep, we talked about that. He brought in a bunch of samples, and we picked out what we thought was going to match
Perfect.
the most. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for taking care of that beautiful building.
Of course.
So,
Happy to do it.
does anybody else have any other questions for Lindsay?
And we got an application before they started.
Yes, that's
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I would make a motion that we approve the certificate of appropriateness for this project.
And Scott Lorraine supported the motion. We'd like roll call, please.
Commissioner LaFave,
Yes.
Commissioner Lorraine,
Yes.
Chair Kenny,
Yes.
and Vice Chair Quinn.
Yes.
Thank you.
And the motion passed. Thank you. Next on the agenda is 142 Washington Street. Tom Amor is here from Johnson Sign Company.
Why is this so small? How do I make it bigger?
Afternoon.
Can you guys see
Chair,
that?
we noticed that the scan came in black and white. I've got some
I don't know why.
color sketches here, and I've got a PDF if you want to stick this thumb drive in your computer. Or I think I can put it on that table, right? The
I-
colored copies.
Yeah, I'll put it in here.
You want-
Yeah, if you want. I don't know why it came out so small, too. Well, maybe. What is this? Oh, that was the other one. That was this one. Is that their camera? You don't want to be on camera anyways, do you?
Yeah, click on the index. And
First one?
let's go to the second one.
No?
The proposal. number
Proposal, okay.
Um,
There we go.
There we go.
It
I
is,
scanned
but
a
there
colored
was a second
copy.
document there that has 3 pages.
Okay.
And that might be useful to open that.
Okay. This one?
Right, so it's the same first page. So our proposal is for a monument-style sign at John Lugauer's office. This page kind of shows the survey of the setbacks. We've got the 4-foot setback. My understanding is that north setback between the old Hogan Plumbing and Heating is kind of tight, so I'll have to get out there. It sounds like the building may have encroached even on the property line. So back to page 1, here's the final concept. You can see it's kind of a low profile sign. We've got 3 feet to the bottom for snow removal, but also to get it above those god-awful electrical boxes. And the upper right shows what we're proposing for lighting. So the background is aluminum, the letters are cut out and would light at night. The stone base is meant to match what the contractor is going to do under the windows on the building. So in one of the other folders, he had samples of the brick, if you want to look at that, the cultured stone.
The board just approved a certificate to renovate the building for this new awning with new siding and roofing. I think, well, not just, I guess it's been almost a half a year ago, but they haven't started that work yet, but they're still planning on doing it.
Okay. Does the sign meet all of the zoning ordinances then?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, I recall the awning and the concept, and, you know, that we had the conversation. This is one of those things where the owner is doing some really important stuff to make a building that's not, you know, contributing to the historic district look good and be usable and everything else. And, you know, I think each thing is a challenge because it's going onto a street that has a historic 4-foot or less setback. You know, the Hotel Northern project right across the street is going to have a completely different just sense about it, right? The signage will be different. The other commercial buildings on the street, with the exception of that one that's kind of next to it, all sort of conform to the historic district in general. So I did not drive today because it's snowy out there, but I did use Google to go up and down River Street and up and down Washington and Maple Street just to look to see if there was any other sign like this, any other monument style sign, and there's not. And so it's really not, it's not a typical thing you see in our district, but it's also not a typical building in our district.
Yeah.
And so,
You know, part of his vision to start with is a historic building, but not in the district Boyer agency. And I've got a picture of that sign. That's where we started, is with a sign like that.
yeah, and I know which sign you're talking about. So, yeah, so considering all of the things that are like not the same as everything else in the historic district, I think this proposal is acceptable. However, I think that the motion to approve should include information that this is not to mean that the commission is going to approve similar monument freestanding signs in the district in the future. We don't want to set a precedent that then other people are going to come and say, well, you did it over there, we want to do it here. So we need to make sure it's pretty clear that this is a once, just because it is such a different setting and such a different style building, and it's non-contributing in the district. Do I have to say all of that again to turn it into a
What she said.
Any other discussion?
It's in a powerful, the way it's been designed, it's very helpful to the business, but it shouldn't be for everyone necessarily.
Right.
So and he just, I mean, he said, okay, so.
It would not be appropriate for all buildings or many of the buildings in the historic district.
I would actually say
Yes.
most of
the buildings in the historic
Yeah,
district.
wouldn't it? The buildings are so close to the setback that there wouldn't even be room for it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just to make sure, though, that we don't find ourselves 6 months out with someone wanting to do something similar.
Cemetery.
Yeah. so.
Would you be willing to put that into a motion?
Yeah, I would make a motion that we approve the certificate of appropriateness for the application for 142 Washington, the illuminated monument sign. Noting, however, that this approval of this particular sign, because it is in a unique and novel location, does not mean, I guess, should not be used as precedent for other future sign applications in the historic district.
Is there support for that?
Yeah.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Chad supported that, and then we would like a roll call, please.
Okay. Commissioner LaFave,
Yes.
Commissioner Lorraine,
Yes.
Chair Kenny,
Yes.
and Vice Chair Quinn.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tom. Next on the agenda is 353 River Street complaint. So there was a complaint in your packet regarding air conditioners in the windows.
Third one?
Yeah, the complaint was regarding one air conditioner, I believe.
There were,
So the original complaint came in writing about the air conditioner on the left, the east side of the building, and then verbally pointed out the other two.
This pipe,
I couldn't find any historical approvals for any of them. Could have been there before. I really wish Lee would have been here, because I was gonna put him on the spot. I did talk with, this started out as a zoning complaint at first. Well, let me back up. It started out as a complaint to the city police department. And then it came to me, they dumped it on me and said, this is a zoning issue. And I said, no, I don't think there's any zoning issues, so I wrote a response saying, there's no violation here of the zoning ordinance. And then a month later, I got the visit with the historic district complaint, and I looked it up and said, oh, I'll be darned. So I went out, I took pictures. As I was sitting there, on a side note, on the side of the road taking pictures, the Jack Pine van sideswiped my truck.
Oh, my gosh.
Proceeded to get out of the truck and then blame me for being parked there. It was quite the spectacle. Nonetheless, the one in question that I was investigating, I believe it was replaced, and I believe the owner, Frankie, or one of the partners there, said that they just had to replace what was there because it went bad. It was there for a long time. So I obviously have had this for a while. We haven't met. I thought about the last court case we had where I issued a ticket for a violation, and the judge chastised me for not letting the historic district decide what to do about it. So today I'm here to tell you that there are 3 air conditioners in that building. The ordinance says they can't put one on River Street at all. They have to get approval to put them on any other street. I don't know, and I can't find where there are approval. I also sent her an application to say if you want them on the east and west side, I think maybe the best approach is to apply if we're gonna find that these were put there in the wrong, let's make it right, and there was no response. So I honestly don't know how to proceed until you folks tell me how to proceed. Is it a violation? Is it grandfathered in? I can't prove either. Hopefully somebody has some historical knowledge.
I don't have any historical knowledge. I do think the drain pipe dripping on the sidewalk makes it even less desirable.
On the east or the River Street?
Yeah, that pipe drains
Yeah.
condensation right onto the sidewalk. And I know there are some other buildings on River Street, specifically down in the 400 block, who do not have window air conditioners because they're not allowed to. And so those people use fans. They have fans in the windows. So I don't know if this is something that the guidelines need to be changed, or if we can even possibly change the guidelines. But I do think that the places on the second floors and third floors of these historic buildings need some kind of heat relief in the summertime. I've lived upstairs from a historic building. I was very fortunate to have AC that was in my unit. It gets very warm up there.
I'm going to retract my statement. There's actually 2 in the front. I didn't see that
there are
one up
2
there in the
front, 1 on
corner.
the side.
I noticed the one with the pipe because it's obvious, but the other one in the corner, I literally just noticed that, so.
And if we're thinking about the same building, that pipe you're talking about is on Filer Street.
There's one there as well, yes.
And that's been dripping since I moved here in like 97, so.
No,
In
are we
97?
addressing,
These,
no, I understand, but are we addressing AC window unit ACs in general in use in the historic district?
No, we're addressing
Is there some
this particular
precedent?
case, whether,
Yeah, in Jack Pine,
Yeah.
right, but the corner where I am, the building on the other side, it's a historic building, but there are window units in every window on that side.
on River Street?
Yeah,
On Oak Street? On Oak Street.
This is on Oak and River, but you can see, it's a very old building, but they've been there so long, there's glass block built in around the window units, so it's obviously been there a very long time.
So the guidelines does allow the commission to approve the other sides other than River Street. It's prohibited on River Street. Now, if those were there prior to the creation of this ordinance, I don't think we have a leg to stand on to tell them to take them down and they're in violation.
But we don't know how long
I
they've
don't
been
know.
there.
So I think it would make sense for us to find out,
Well,
because I mean, if you're remembering dripping from 1997, they may have been there a long time. You know, one of the things when you make a historic district, if there's air conditioners in those windows, and even if those air conditioners die, there's no reason they can't just put another one in, because it was already there. So it's not
Correct.
like once they take one out, oh, now we can get them. It doesn't work that way. So
Yeah.
it really does come up to how long have they been
Yeah.
in place? For what reason have they not been, I guess, investigated or considered, you know? Or maybe they were approved sometime long ago and we just don't have a record of it. So
Right.
I guess I would like for us to table this until we have more information.
Well, the only thing that really strikes me in this whole issue is PCP hanging out the windows is more of a Board of Health issue, I think. You know, I'm looking like hell, you know, it looks,
I'll be perfectly honest with you, the front wasn't part of the complaint until after the fact. The original complaint was the one that was replaced, and that was my exact response. It was a grandfather situation. They can put it back the way it was. So-
And that's the one that's on the least visible side, right?
Correct,
Like I
yeah.
can tell from the photograph, you had to like sneak in down an alley somehow to,
It was in the is it a dentist there? A dentist or doctor's office parking lot. There's an entrance to the people's house, and
So, if this was like a new application, I would probably oppose it on any of the visible facades of the building. And in part because I myself have one of those cute little, you roll it from room to room air conditioners, and you have this little bitty tiny thing, and it's like you hardly even notice if it just sits inside of an open window. So what I'm saying is there's lots of options today besides a window air conditioner unit, which is like the least attractive of all possibilities. So
Especially the PVC pipe dripping on the sidewalk.
exactly. So again, my portable unit drips. The drip is inside. You collect it on the inside. So again, my motion is to table this until we have more information about the age of these existing units.
I don't know how I'm gonna gather that.
Yes.
I've done the research on the minutes, I've done the research on the,
We could
What
ask the
people have-
owners if they just have photos of their building.
Lee, yeah, I think
It was the owner.
Lee used to own the building.
I know.
where's the?
Yeah, we could do that.
But I just think that
gotcha.
it makes sense to hold off until we have a little bit more information.
Okay,
So that was my motion.
Is that a motion to table this until we get to do more discovery?
Yes.
Is there any more discussion
No,
and support for the motion?
It sounds like you may hit a dead end quick though, as far as
I
finding a
could.
date.
I'll report back at the next meeting.
Lee knows a lot about that building. But, I know he hates the roof, so he knows a lot of the mechanics in the building.
I'll try to get a conference call with him, or I don't know if he's in Florida or if he's here. I'll get a call with him and,
Scott, was that support for a motion to table it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Roll call vote, please, Jackie?
Okay, Commissioner LaFave,
Yes.
Commissioner Lorraine,
Yes.
Chair Kenny,
Yes,
and Vice Chair Quinn.
Yes.
thank you. Moving on on the agenda to old business, we have 95 Maple Street. The
So-
library lights that have been in question for months now.
Yep. So I put this back on so we could get it off of our agenda one way or the other. I invited the library to join us today. And I'll go backwards to after you tabled it. Maddie was brand new. We went over to a library meeting where I learned that Mark Fetter sits on the library board. So I had some help with the conversation. In that conversation, I explained the situation to them, where we're at with it, how you felt, and I really didn't get a clear direction of where they were going to go with it. They didn't make any decisions, and they didn't have a ton of conversation. They were going to look into the lead Ed gave them, and that was, but there was a little bit of leaning towards, maybe we won't do anything. So I gave it a while. I communicated with, I believe Julie was her name, is that Julie? And there was still no decision made, nothing was found. She showed up last month to my office thinking there was a meeting, and I informed her that we'd canceled it, and I didn't hear from her, so had I heard from her, I'd have put it on the agenda and we'd have dealt with it. But she didn't bring me any information. She just came to talk about it. So I told her I was going to invite her again, and we needed to get this resolved. It's been going on for a while. So at this point, I would ask you to consider the information we have and either approve or deny it so we can move on.
I think that for the new commissioners, if you weren't here when we had this discussion, what's the date on this application?
Did I put the,
August of 25, I'm not sure. I don't think Chad was here at that point.
I don't know. I remember stuff about the lights of the library, but
So the historic photo shows round bulbs on the light posts. And so I think rather than just deny the application, we asked them to find a suitable replacement that was like the round bulbs. And it's never really come to any kind of conclusion. So, but the permit is still open because it wasn't denied.
correct?
Do you think it would be easier for us to deny the permit and then start all over?
I would prefer if you deny or approve what we have. It doesn't matter to me if, your decision. I just want to have a resolution so I can either send them a permit or send them a denial.
If we approve it, it will not be for the historical lights because
Correct.
They are proposing this.
Yeah, no, they can't find the round, basically.
I don't think the problem is they can't find it.
They didn't look,
They're going to be really expensive,
so.
That could be more of the problem,
yeah.
without saying it.
So I'm going to make a motion to deny the certificate of appropriateness for the application as it was presented, and urge the property owners to bring back a proposal for a more historic light fixture at a future time.
Is there support for that motion?
Yeah.
Scott supported the motion. Is there any more discussion?
It's, again, I'm making an assumption that it's economics regarding this, because it's such a huge, the round is so striking and appropriate, and what they're offering isn't. So, and I hate, Carnegie, he's dead, long gone, he's not gonna underwrite it, and I know libraries, they're hurting for money, so it's business and correctness here, I don't know. But I'm sure they could be located, they could replace them.
Possibly a grant could be received for that.
That's a very strong possibility, I would
Yes.
think. And if we deny it, encourage them to pursue the option of getting it perhaps all underwritten. You know? Get smacked in the face for it.
Chad, do you have any input?
Well, that means they have to basically start from scratch again? Mm.
They'll have to reapply. We have a motion on the floor. Will you take a roll call, please?
Commissioner LaFave,
Yes.
Commissioner Lorraine, Chair Kenny.
Will you please read the motion back? I'm sorry, to make sure we know what we're voting on.
This is a motion to deny the application as presented, and the property owners to bring forward a new proposal.
Okay, yes.
Application? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Vice Chair.
I'll write them a nice letter encouraging them to resubmit with a picture of this original light lamps that you found, Angie, and tell them we'd be interested to see a new application.
Great,
Thank you.
and if there's anything we can do to help them obtain a grant for any of that, we'd be happy to help.
Yep.
Thank
Perfect.
you. Correspondence. At this time, the chair will ask if any correspondence has been received to be read into the record.
I don't have anything to read into the record, but I have been getting some emails about some training and some grant opportunities. I like to share that via email forward and back. If I got one today from Angie, I'll share that later today or tomorrow. That's really it for correspondence.
Okay, great. Any public comments on items that are not on the agenda?
Comment? You want to comment?
I can introduce myself.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Well, I met you all before, but my name is Maddie. I started the end of October, so almost exactly 3 months now. Jerry and I are working closely together, so he took over the community development director title actually, and then I'm the planning and zoning administrator. So we're working together on most planning and zoning things. I'm doing the planning commission and the NRBC, and so Jerry kept historic district.
They give Jerry.
Jerry begged to keep. Yeah,
Get a choice.
we've been
No, we
busy,
didn't.
but hopefully I'll tag along to any of the meetings that involve any zoning. For now, that's all I
Great,
got.
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, meetings and trainings attended by members. We kind of just talked a little bit about that with Jerry. Does anybody else have anything else to add?
I actually emailed Jerry last week. I attended one of the National Alliance for Preservation Questions, I think. It was a training about how do we as historic district commissions engage and promote and support contractors and people in our community who actually have the skills needed to fix historic things, and what can we do to grow that. And so it was interesting. I don't know how much of it we can apply because our community is so small.
Right.
But there are some things that some of the national organizations offer in terms of trainings. And so I'll pull some of that stuff and I'll send it the way of Jerry and Maddie and see if the city has any interest in pursuing. Because there's a lot of them are grant-based, or just they can send out someone who can provide a training. So it was an interesting thing.
Great. I also got an email today and registered for a class on February 12th. It's called Bridging Policy and Community, which I thought sounded really interesting. There's a case study in resilient preservation governance. So I'll send that along. It also, when I followed through on the link and registered for the class, there's a link for all the classes that they've given in the last year that you can just take and go through the class on your own time. You don't have to be there live. So I thought that was interesting, and I'll share that link also.
You know, I know nothing about this as far as these classes. When I first heard it mentioned at the meeting, I thought, you're going to some night school somewhere, and I don't drive, I don't go anywhere. I'm going, if I can do it on my iPad in my underwear, I'll
You can.
check it out.
Absolutely.
But my point is, I'm gonna need a little steering into registering and finding out about these, because I was really excited to go, oh, you mean I can access this?
Yeah, and they're very interesting too. And I believe they're all no charge for us because we are commission members in the historic district. The
So
city
is there
has
like
a
a
membership
catalog actually
of classes you can
and
take.
stuff?
Yeah,
Very cool.
I'll share that with you. It'll be in your email.
No, that's my point. Would you send it to Scott, my other email? I just talked with Jerry, and I don't look at this Scott Gov email.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Send it to you have my.
I have your other email.
Great, thank you.
Yeah. Any other discussion on trainings?
Yeah, I did one on the 22nd. I think it might have been one she did, supporting skilled preservation trades.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
It was interesting. I had to watch it twice because they didn't send me an email for certification. So I'm going, oh, maybe it didn't qualify. So I watched it again. And then the next morning it came on, I'm going, oh, well, patience.
Very good. Yeah, they're not always like as soon as it's over, so.
I learned that.
Okay, I'm going to move on in the agenda to member discussion. At this time, the chair will ask members of the Historic District Commission if they have any items they would like to discuss.
Just a real quick one, the grant that I sent the information to Jerry today is a state grant. State of Michigan got a federal grant to specifically do historic preservation projects in rural areas. So any community in Michigan with a population of less than 25,000 people, cities, nonprofits, commercial entities can all apply for historic preservation grants for things like lights.
Light bulbs at the library or lights.
Anyway, so I was excited to see that the deadline isn't for like a month or so.
Good. Anything else?
Before you adjourn, can we back up and get my staff report real quick?
Oh, yes. Did I miss it?
You just skipped right over me.
I skipped right over the staff reports.
Can't have Maddie, I'm gonna skip Jerry, I know how it goes.
Sorry, Jerry.
That's all right, I got a few things to tell you, or I'll just shut up. One is Maddie and I had a conversation with a board member from the boat, and I call it the boat because I can't think of the
SS City of Milwaukee.
City of Milwaukee, thank you. They are going to seek out some funding for a huge restoration project, which means dragging that across to Wisconsin for dry dock. It's a $1 million plus project, and they would like us to check into some grant possibilities through SHPO or somewhere. Now, we left it. We had a great conversation. He's a college student.
For next year.
Yeah, their project is going to be next year, the end of next year. They're looking for any kind of funding in any amount they can. They'll take whatever they can get. I'm going to talk to Bill tomorrow about it. I don't know if a boat is going to qualify. It's on the National Registry, I understand, so
National Historic Landmark. I
It should.
think it's, yeah.
okay, good.
Yeah. It should qualify, it probably qualifies not only for this rural program, but also the CLG grant. The city could decide to be a partner in that restoration project
That
and
was his-
apply for those funds. And those actually are better funds.
Yeah.
So, I mean, having a CLG project is a good thing.
That's
So,
what he's looking for us to ask to partner with him on, and anything else we can come up with, obviously. So that's number one thing. Number two is the fire department was approved, so we got that yesterday, I think. I forwarded on to everybody, it was the day before. So that's exciting. I haven't spoke to the chief yet.
That building looks so fabulous with this recent renovation that they did.
Mhm.
I mean, I just look at it and I think it's breathtaking.
Yep.
I love it.
They've done a good job. Fire Chief Tom's doing a really good job down there.
Yes.
So we got that. We've probably noticed our River Street violation. Mr. Gordon's vinyl boards came back up, and city manager noticed it and asked what we were going to do about it, and the attorney filed a motion to compel them to abide by the order of both the court and the state decision. We went to court, and the motion was to hold them in contempt. Judge didn't really want to hold them in contempt, which means a hefty fine and possibly jail time. He didn't feel maybe it was necessary to throw somebody in jail over a ordinance violation. So we turned it into a order to comply, which he graciously did on the spot. They were represented by, I say they, I can't say they, it's Paula Rosemerick is the owner, and that's who's named in the case. She was represented by counsel. They tried to have it adjourned so they could prepare a defense. The judge denied that. We went into a 2.5-hour trial. There was a lot of you can't say that and objections, and a lot of juries sitting up there not doing anything but wasting my time. In the end, the judge gave them 45 days to comply with the original order. Their argument was, we complied, now we put it back up, you should have given us a new violation. The judge didn't like that argument, especially after you folks told him not, denied the application when he came back and told him not to come back. So they got another fine of, I believe, $500 and $250 lawyer fees. If they do not take it down in the 45 days, our DPW will be there on day 46 taking it down, which will probably be the case. I'm sure there will probably be a newspaper reporter and a news reporter and everybody else there. So I wanted to inform you that was happening. That did happen. Our city management and our city council is not happy about this situation, to say the least. There's been a decision, there's been meetings from Mr. Gordon and myself and Mr. Gamble asking for reconsideration. The answer is no. The decision's been made, and they just ignore the requests and the decisions. So I hope they take it down and I can be done dealing with this. That's what I really hope for.
This has been going on for a decade, so they're probably not going to give you any relief.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. As I stated before, I did learn from that case that if I do have to write a new violation, if they change it in some way, shape, or form where they're forcing me to issue a ticket, I'm going to bring it here first. That's the process. We have to give the historic committee has to tell me it's a violation, and you have to tell me to pursue it. So
Okay.
we'll go that route. That being said, is there anything else? The city has decided to take a whole different approach to community development based on who they have to be in these positions, and I have agreed to work as a team and to stay on as the boss for as long as I have to. It was never my goal or intention or desire to be anybody's boss ever again except for mine. But I will say we have 2 wonderful employees right here, and Jerry's life is getting better every day.
Wonderful.
It is. They do sabotage my computer every once in a while and take spell check off, I'm we have a lot of fun in our working days, and they're doing great, both of them. We're going about this at more of a team approach. They know what I'm doing, I know what they're doing, and we're universal in the sense that if somebody comes in, we wait on them, we gather everything, we help each other out, and it's not my job happening, it's how can I help and what are we gonna do today, and I think this approach is gonna be successful.
Nice.
Yeah, very good.
Hopefully we can get Jackie to come on full-time in a few years, and as Lord knows, there is enough work in our department for a bigger staff. I absolutely understand why Teresa got bogged down. There is a lot going on, and there's a lot out there that's happening that we don't know about and we're not catching because we just don't have time. People aren't complaining, it's happening. We're gonna try to do some preventative letters and some educational stuff, especially for the historic district, signs and windows. Hey, you can't put those vinyl windows in without telling us. Here's the guidelines. Come to a meeting, give us your input type of thing, because every time I go downtown, there's something different that I gotta look at. So that's kind of our approach, and I think I promised to stay working for 5 more years, maybe. Depends on what happens.
Well, that's quite a commitment, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank all of you as a team. I mean, I think it does take a team, and it probably works really well for Jerry, since he was for a while doing things by himself, so I'm sure he appreciates all of you.
Yep. That's it.
Well, I see this, the.
Oh, I'm sorry.
report.
Jesus, I got so excited in how much work I don't have to do anymore. Annual report is due be right about the same time I'm going on vacation. So I'm gonna try to get this done here in the next couple weeks. I need some information from Mr. LaFave. You don't have any?
No.
Okay, you're out of here. We're booting you. We have, in this annual report, and I may lean on Angie and Catherine a little bit, maybe if you'd help me if I need some historical stuff here, or, you know, maybe we need to beef this annual report up a little bit. Going back to, I see the resume or educational experience that Teresa Ed's is handwritten. See, it doesn't have to be much, Chad. I just need to have a resume form filled out for you because you're the newest member. And probably Kate too. She wasn't on here.
Yeah, I think she's new also.
So,
All came on about the same time.
yeah. So we got to get that to submit. I'm pretty sure I can use your old one unless you guys want to add to it.
I don't think mine's changed much.
Yeah, I don't think mine has either.
Okay. I don't think Ed's has either.
Can you send me this document, and then I can review it?
Well,
Angie,
yes.
you want to review it also?
I will.
Maybe send it to all of us so we can all get a chance to review it.
And then I'll attach
Scott's information is in here, good.
Yep. I'll attach a blank one. And then I did learn that we have 3 applicants and 2 vacancies.
Okay,
I don't know who they are, but I do believe the 2 that are up are reapplying. So I don't know who the 3rd one is. I don't know the process yet, but I'm going to ask that if they ask me for my recommendation, I'm going to recommend that we put the people back on that's been serving if they want to serve. I think cohesiveness is always a good thing in these scenarios. I haven't talked to Lee, so I don't know. I'm assuming he's wanting to be on it since he submitted his application. So if it's I'm doing it because there's not enough people, we won't tell anybody there's a 3rd applicant. It's something to be said for historical knowledge, I guess. Not to take anything away from the other applicant, but that will be my recommendation. I don't know if they ask me. I think it might be just the mayor or city council does it. And so, and they haven't asked. That said,
okay.
I have been turned into the contact point as well for SHPO, so they're sending me, everything they send me, I'll pass along to you folks. We got a budget coming up. I'm gonna try to get out of here in 2 minutes. If there are anything that you folks would like to do special, or if you have an idea on some additional training that costs something, I know there hasn't been a huge budget, but I need to know that, because I'm gonna also prepare the budget in the next couple of weeks for the recommendations. Maddie's gonna go to bat for us. She's our finance major, economics. So, I'll be gone during the department head boxing match for the money, I guess, but I think if we ask for something, we'll probably be okay. But, so please get me those requests. That said, I don't think I have anything else.
The first thing that comes to mind for me on the budget is we do not have a budget for education, not for our community and not for the commissioners. So I would like us to maybe all think a little bit about, how and if we would use a budget for education.
Okay. So there was no money ever budgeted for it?
There hasn't been.
There has not been. We don't have funds to go to.
Service type education or our own education?
Both. For the community, there's no budget to print anything like a handout or to educate them on the importance of the historic district. And we also don't have a budget for, to attend any of the SHPO events. So everything is expected to be out of pocket, and I know Angie has gone a couple of times and paid for it herself, so.
Okay, all right, thanks for sharing that. I'll dig into to see if there's money buried in the planning commission historically, and it just wasn't, I'll dig into that. I think it's important that we gotta have something, because it isn't all free,
Yeah,
so.
one of the things I think I brought it up maybe 2 years ago when we were having a sort of similar conversation is many communities, no matter what their size is, if they have a historic district commission and they have guidelines, it's nice if you can create a real user-friendly booklet that you can actually give to the people in the historic district. So if someone buys a new building on River Street, you can greet them with, their little, the mug and the whatever that you're handing them, the little chocolate from Alpine Shop saying, welcome to Manistee. By the way, you're in the historic district. Here's a little bit of information about what you should do if you want to make some exterior changes to your building.
Homeowners Association.
Yeah,
Even grants that are available, or a link to SHPO, so they can, explore things on their own.
Right.
But it requires some printing.
Right, and that's where the budget. So not only do we have the benefit of getting information from the state through the CLG project, but they have CLG grants, and so.
That we could go after for our needs?
Yeah, however, I think the deadline is like February 1st, so we need to have this conversation like
Again.
next summer as we think about what a project might be, so.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Right. Is there anything you wanted to go over with the certificate of appropriatenesses that are sitting up there, this list that you gave us?
Not unless you have any questions.
I don't at this point. Does anybody else?
That was the annual report that Mark gave to the city council.
Okay.
And they have an annual report in a weird time of the year, so we just got together that report. He came and presented it for us. I did invite him today. I was hoping to see him here to talk about the library, but I'd like to get him more active, and I know he's busy.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Support? That motion to adjourn, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion adjourned, meeting adjourned.
Hey.
I know, right? I had to use it once. Are the Oh.
Do we just
Good job,
go to
thank you all
sleep?
for being
Is that
here.
what you have to do?
was a good meeting.
I like it.